Good afternoon, Airbus Cockpit Coach here. A bit of a noisy London Luton airport. I think someone's just pulled in somewhere. Oh yeah, Ryanair just pulled up over there. There you go. Maybe a bit of noise. But yeah, I thought I'd come in and give the updated Flybywire A32NX a shot. It's had an update to the FMS, so we'll have a play with that and take it down to Zurich. I was going to do this yesterday, but got sidetracked with a few things, and since then we have an updated aircraft, so why not give it a go. So thanks for joining me. I am a Airbus A320 series type rated pilot, and we're going to give this one a go. It's been a while since I've been in this one, mostly in the Fenix, but yeah, it's coming on this airplane. It's it looks great, and slowly getting there in terms of the avionics inside as well. So oh, you're winging your way to Albania, Chris. Okay, excellent. Enjoy. Is that in the is that in flight sim or is that in the real world? Right, let's hop inside and we'll get set up and see how we get on with this one. So, masters, gear lever, wipers. Battery voltages are good, so get those on. Oh, in the sim as well. Okay, excellent. You'd love to get your licenses, Chris. Yep. Well, give it a go. Get out there. And we are on. Sorry, we are on VATSIM as well. And let me know the sounds are too loud. Lorenzo, hi. Nice to see the Flybywire featured on the channel. Yeah, I do like the Flybywire though. It's not quite there in terms of the depth of the Fenix, but in terms of, hey, I like the sounds of this aircraft. The sounds are great in this one, and yeah, it's pretty good from that point of view. And yeah, it's updating all the time, so yeah, why not give it a go? I do like the Neo. Certainly beats the Unibuild's Neo that we've had delivered recently to us. Yeah, there we go. So, just to remind myself in terms of loading this thing up. So refuel is ready to start. Instant. Should we do a real fuel time? Fast fuel time. Probably. I just need to call GSX to refuel. Yes, we'll do that. Right. Okay. Rest refueling. Go with EasyJet. See what happens. Okay. And payload. Is that all going to come on together with that? I'm just reminding myself of how this too used to the luxuries of the Fenix, where it just all happens for you. Payload sync enabled, so we requested boarding as well. Might wait for refueling, obviously, before, depending how it's set up. This way, request boarding as well. I'll do that before I forget anyway. Chris, what do you prefer in real life, the Neo, CFM or IAE versions? Definitely the Neo, to be honest. That's just it's a nicer plane. They're newer, with nice shiny cockpits we get into, and they're a little bit faster, and obviously they're more fuel efficient, a little bit quieter. So generally, you know, they're great aircraft to fly. Lorenzo, you find the Uni flight model a bit strange? Yeah, I mean, well, it's tried to kill me a few times, so it's seems to get some alpha floor scariness going on when I get in that plane. So right, where is my flight plan? Here we go. (370). Zero fuel weight 59, takeoff weight 64.9, landing weight 62.3. It looks like we're going to Frankfurt as an alternate, 1.7. I'll play with this new FMS then. I'll just take it through. I mean, I think most of the changes are in sort of the routes, sort of optimization side of things. Perhaps not. It's behind the scenes stuff with the FMS, but we'll program up and try and do what we can with it. See how good it is. Upload, link, insert, progress. Taking a little bit longer than it normally does, but as long as it works, I'm happy. There we go, it's in. Call signs in, cost index 4370. Did it pull everything in that we want? Let's have a look. So just cross check this. Nice relaxing background music there. Turn up a bit for you. Sending me to sleep music. Wait for that. So flight plan. I am expecting 25 for departure. A quick scan of the flight plan before we load it up. Not giving me my loaded me my archer routing. I'm not. So I'm just bringing up my sim brief on the pad as well in the background. I can cross-check what they've. Yeah, it's giving me direct out. So SimBrief hasn't chucked him departure. Not good. I think it'll be a match though. A match 3 Bravo should take me the right way according to the routing. So insert now. Engine out SID. None. I think that's a new one, isn't it? It wasn't there before. Yeah, SID, or was it? Be interesting to know if an airport does have it. Noisy twit. You can have it slower and easier by scrolling and grabbing the text with the left mouse button on the OFP up and down like a touchscreen. Yes, you're right. Yeah, very good. Yep, excellent tip. Thank you for that. Very good. Every day is a school day. I'm expecting runway way 4 via be a Bravo Lima Mike. I'll deal with that en route. I'll take it out for now. 489. Wireless 4 weeks. I'll get going and deal with that one en route. Deal with it in the air. Work out the best transition for that one. I don't think we've got ATC online. We have a look. Got a scan of what's going on in the world. Nope. Alright, towers on at Zurich. What's going on? 10 departures at Zurich. Guess what they all are? 777s. Oh, 777s at Heathrow. There's a 777 respite. You need to come over here. These 777s everywhere. Okay, so secondary is not working still. Fine. Let's just have a quick check outside, make sure some things are happening. So we've got some stairs, baggage. We've got a bus, sort of erratic driving, but it looks like some people are on the way. Look at the got some people in seats, by the looks. Fuel is in. That looks the thing. So we're expecting block of 6. 6-1 in tanks, and that is balanced. So we can get the pumps on. Seatbelt sign on. Seatbelt sign is on, is it? Yeah. We'll start the APU now. We're getting people on board. It's going to get stuffy in here. It's quite a warm day. Ooh, hang on there. There's a bug. Well, that one didn't it? Getting there. I'll just wait for the final figures on that. Archer performance. Bring up my my pad. Apologies, you can't see this, but I'm going to just see what it gives me. Might go with sim brief today because we've got the calculator for the Fenix. The flaps 1, flexing 60. E1 133, 138, 139. Full length. Config 1 and flexing 60.
The traffic 3081 inbound, moving in 70 B205.
Passengers. Right, constraints. 1013. Right, passengers are loaded, so we should be good there. So 55.9 on 0 fuel weights, 3298. And okay, there we go. Just come in. Okay, 57 and 32,933 basically. Block was 6. And alternate fuel, I call it 1.7. Only giving us 15 minutes of extra. We need to put the winds request. Bring those in. Minutes. London's FMSs as well, so it's still linked, so there's no separation between them. Should be something nice to have in due course, I guess. One thing we don't have is the Navigraph charts, do we, on FMS, which I'm like, we don't have that on here, so a match 3 Bravo departure. Yeah, quite an unusual route some reefer's given me, so it's navigation. Oh, have we got charts? We do have charts. Navigraph. Right, we do. Take it back.
Traffic 081, descending 3 miles,
Bravo.
speed 160 and 24. Fighting 001. Or just use speed 180 traffic.
Depot traffic, Speedbird 7 Papa India, 5 nautical miles from Lambourne for ILS runway 27 left by the Barmy 1 Hotel arrival.
5,000 in, initial stop climb. Oh my bar ref key not working. EB. Here we go. 016. I don't know, I was looking at the altitude there, so I'm obviously familiar with Luton's aerodrome altitude, so yeah, 1016. And 16 is it? 250 at 14, temperature 18. So we'll brief this one up. Be a left-hand seat departure. Take off runway 25, match 3 Bravo. First initial climb is 5,000 feet in the FCU, 4,000 magenta. The initial stop. MSA in this area is it's going to be 2-1 from memory. 2-1, yep. 100 feet. Extra fuel looked up, we've got 15 minutes in tanks. Hotspots, none on this taxi out. Hotspot 1 is only vacating further down, so we won't hit a hotspot today. We've gone through stop margin for takeoff. Have a look at that. Yep, takeoff unavailable, 7,093 feet. So I'm just cross-checking the information there. 64.9 tons for takeoff, so we're just above maximum takeoff weight. And we're going full length for departure. The backtrack is required. In terms of return today, I'm happy to come back into London Luton. We've got good conditions, although we are on borderline weight. Luton is an option. Other London airports are available. With longer runways if needed, but for an immediate return event, that's fine. Some air in. Let's put that on. Yeah, no non-standard ups. Obviously, we've got the new FMS to contend with, and non-VATSIM. We're on VATSIM with non-controlled, so traffic is a risk. Other than that, no real threats for this side of the routing. So we'll give GSX a call up, and we'll get underway. So we'll have a good headwind on departure at 14 knots on the runway. There's a headwind component of 14, crosswind of 1 knot. Mostly headwind component.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Yeah, we've got a door open, and they're going to close that themselves. Yep, door is closed. Okay. Oxygen level's good. Before start checklist.
Locking gear.
Takeoff data is confirmed. Windows are closed and cockpit door is locked. Doors closed and armed, and we'll get the beacon on. And we want nose left from this position.
Release parking brakes, please.
Luton traffic easy. 57 Bravo X-ray push and start, stand 48 Luton. Parking brake released.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, engine mode selector ignition. Starting engine 1. Have a quick look outside. Traffic reasons. I've missed. Fire on the radio. Great to see how this develops in terms of FMS. Obviously I think this is paving the way for the A380 and the developments required there. I'm guessing we'll see a number of things come to the FMS in due course. Will further enhance things. I think things like secondary flight plan and that kind of thing would be great to have. Really useful tools, equitime points and so forth. Engine 1 available, starting engine 2. Hats off to the team at Flybywire. Doing all this work for free. It's an incredibly complex parking brake set. Complex thing to model the FMS. It's a lot goes on in there, and to make that accurate to something real world is not easy, is it? Face it. Not for somebody like me. I wouldn't have a clue. So credit to them for the work done with this aircraft, and you know the state it's got to now. It's just great.
Unlocking gear.
Chris, I made a joke yesterday about the 777 doing shuttle runs. You know, spot on. Yeah, I think high capacity shuttle runs is the theme. So I'm just having a look at. Yeah, they're all over the place, aren't they? And obviously yesterday, I don't know if you replayed that one back. We had that hypersonic. We're overtaken by a hypersonic 777 on. They've got that time warp feature, haven't they, to speed things up a bit? And yeah, I sort of saw the TCAS coming in, and it was just moving at UFO speed, wasn't it? Very interesting. 3 777s Heathrow to Manchester. There we go. Excellent capacity on that route. So after start checklist, anti-ice not required. ECAM status is checked. We'll get the mode selector back for us. That's a norm. Maybe you can come off. The terrain on my side. I'll put this on for now, and I'll do TARA now. It's one less thing to worry about. Single crewed. Flight control checks to come, and pitch trim was. We're going to my calcs. Down 2. That in the green band. Well, so flight control checks. All down. All up. All left. All right. Neutral and rudder. All right. All left and neutral. Also brake max. Taxi light on. No whites or ambers. TOBI tracker. On our wheel page up here. Brake temps are good at the moment. And brake check. Pressure 0. Right, parking brake released up. Right, now we'll do the brake check. Could roll nicely the Neo. Pressure 0, yeah. We like the noise, the sounds in this. Luton traffic, easy 57 Bravo X-rays, taxi runway 25 via Bravo Alpha, Luton. Left clear right side. Yeah, question in chat. I won't say your coded name there, but it's how to become a pilot. What pathway did I take? So I took the modular route. I basically went out at quite a young age and got my private pilot's license. I thought, I quite like this. Let's do this for a living. And yeah, went on from there to go through. Yeah. Off my own back really, so I didn't get any sponsorship or so forth. Just a bit of help from mum and dad, and away we went on the modular course. Undertaking the majority of that at Cranfield Airport, which is Echo Golf Tango Charlie, just up the road from Luton, and was regularly crossing the Luton zone as part of my training. Clear right side and clear left side. 90-degree turn, and we've got 10 knots. Fourth year aerospace student. Okay. I mean, the best way is obviously to get a sponsorship and not pay for too much, I guess. But competition is high for those, but demand is increasing. And there's good opportunity in the US as well, and there's some good sign-on bonuses coming as well in the US for pilots. It's talking some offering in the region of 150k sign-on if you're a qualified pilot. So just so it gives you an idea of demand at the moment. Competition was a little hotter back at that point for me, but hey, we got there. Persistence is key. So with this aircraft, we'll let it accelerate around 30 knots, and we just slowly, a nice steady application of brake, bring it back down. The Neo's a nice one for accelerating away on the taxiway. Coming into the turn, we're going to backtrack. We'll get lit up. All these kick spots out before. Nothing on TCAS. Luton traffic, easy. 57 Bravo X-rays backtracking. Runway 25 for departure. Strobes on. Kick spots. Scary, isn't it? Kick spots, and that's it. Biggest danger to flight safety. If you get a PPL rather than going sponsorship, so I went from PPL, and then I went and did my night rating first, then I did the multi-engine, then I did the multi-engine instrument rating, and then I did my ATPL exams, and at that point, a few hours behind me, start flying to airlines. Now we need the packs, 20 seconds for those valves to transition before we apply full power. Cabin crew, seats for takeoff please, seats for takeoff. Outer engine power. Percussion. Lose a bit of rubber doing that. Hold it there. Quick check of VATSIM to see if we got. So yeah, it's just no, we're good. Good on traffic, excellent, and takeoff. So funnels 50%. Traffic ET57 Bravo X-ray departing runway 25 Luton. EGT stable. Mavlex 60 SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Knots. E1 rotates. Positive rate, gear up. 10 degrees initially. Off the rudders. AP1. Wait for a positive speed trend before we go lever climb. There we go. Thrust climb, auto thrust. And with that comes our pack. One on and get rid of those. So, routing looks pretty good, so just keeping an eye on changes, perhaps on this side of things. Right, and and speed checks flaps up. Speed, altitude constraints, and we'll continue ourselves up now. It's 100 in, and that's flight level, standard, passing 4. 2 now. Thrust check 3 times. 2, and we can get the landing lights off as well. Chris, am I open to sponsor somebody? Yeah, it's plus 12, just looking for icing. Yeah, you know, so forth equally as expensive and more time consuming. But no, I appreciate the high five as part of that deal. Yeah, it's one I'll have to go away and think about, Chris, I think. Let me know how sounds are for you. I'm not sure how it's coming out of your end. So we are, let's just zoom in a bit here. What are we doing? Don't know, it's a little bit rough, that one, isn't it? It's touching the corner. Checking out the so I'm checking out what the FMS is doing for us. I mean, our constraints are in there. That side of things looking good. So flight level 100, and we've got a smooth ride. We're above the cloud, looking good. Bit of traffic above there. Seatbelts can come off. Traffic 4,000 above, descending, and we're climbing. Speed up star. Keep it going. We were expecting 37 today, weren't we? Let's climb open, climb 370 blue. Sound is good, thanks Chris. Right, traffic is clear above us. There's another target. There's another target coming on the nose. We've got a left turn coming up, just keeping a close eye on that. We're on a path of doom. That's range down. So still at 20 miles, isn't he? So hopefully our left turn here at Brooklands Park will do the job for us. EasyJet coffee. I could do with a coffee actually. So I could do with a bit of caffeine. Right, where's this aircraft? Out there. There's a little. Not that one though, is it? Below us now though, we're clear. Not a factor. Nice livery that. I haven't put the Fly Live information on, have I? I don't know how much people look at that though, to be honest. So a sharp right turn there to Dover coming up, but I've got Heathrow Director online. I don't want to upset his zone. Might leave it for a bit. It kind of makes sense just to follow this bit. Get out of his zone anyway, even height-wise shortly. To conflict with the London traffic. Rain radar can come off now. Standard as well. We'll get above 19.5 and we'll take us south. What is our routing down there anyway? Let's have a look. Pay a bit more attention to where we're going, I guess, but yeah, it is Dover. So yeah, we're going to wait to turn to Dover shortly. So my understanding this aircraft does not yet do an RNP approach, but the developments that have been put in place the last few hours, the last day or so, have enhanced the ability to put those in. So I'm sure that's not far away. Right, clear of London director's zone. Turn us for Dover, a bit of a shortcut. Keep an eye out for time warping 777s. I think the MD-11's out as well, isn't it? Or is it coming out soon? The this TFDI, I want to say. That's one that's poked my interest a little bit. That aircraft. More so than the 777, and I think from what I see of it, it's study level, isn't it? Well, that'd be that. I'm kind of tentative on that one, but I may give that one a dabble. I do try some of the older airliners. I do have the MD-80 as well. That's one I like. Though I struggle with the only thing on that, the setup of the reverse thrust. I had a right pain with that, but I do like the MD-80. So far, the FMS is doing its job. Expecting Zurich at 13:11 UTC. Chris, if I could pick any plane to do my type rating on, what would it be? Well, I'm going to be biased, I guess. If you do your A320 type rating, you're going to get the A319 and the A321 in the same bag, as I have, and I operate all of those. So, in the real world, so you know that's great. It all depends on where you want to fly, what kind of routes you want to do. But each to their own, I guess. It all depends on what airline. If you're targeting a Pacific airline and they're full of Boeings, then you're going to go for a Boeing, aren't you? So there's a few factors. Where the demand is, where the airlines are, what's around you, how far do you want to travel to get to work, essentially, because you know if you haven't got an Airbus fleet near you, then that's a deciding factor, isn't it? So it's very much personal, just for fun. Okay, no practicalities. Right now, I'd go and get my A350. just because you know, that's a next level Airbus, isn't it? Fancy computers to play with. I just like the look of it. Maybe one day, but totally different long haul to operating short haul. The pace of short haul flying, which is what to medium haul, I guess call it, is intense and can be stressful, and it's a busy day. It's a busy day, short haul flying, 4 or 5 sectors in a day, times. So yeah, the A350 is what I'd go after. Let's face it, if the A350 came out now, no one would be flying the 777, would they? They'd all want to be on the A350. Looks better, more advanced, ticks all the boxes, goes everywhere. Interestingly, some airlines, the A350 pilots will also operate the A320 in between, so they do a mix. That's not uncommon, so they get a mix of short and long haul. It's all Airbus logic, which, you know, isn't obviously similarities between the two. Absolutely, Chris. I would struggle to find, you know, 10+ hours plus your planning time to sit behind the PC, and then leaving your PC on overnight and waking up in the morning and landing it. Just doesn't feel like you've mimicked a real operation, I guess. It is cheating. And then obviously, as we experienced yesterday, we got a hypersonic 777 coming past us on fast forward. Yeah, that's that I can see VATSIM getting upset with that at some point. Of course, some people are going to be hitting zones at ridiculous speed and forgetting to turn it off. There, we got a 60-knot tailwind. I'll take that. Not wonderful for the climb, but we're getting there. 3-4 for 3-7. And a unique and specific spell of weather, yes, absolutely. A little while since I've been to Zurich, both real world and sim, but Geneva, everyone's going to Geneva. I always end up in Geneva. I think I said yesterday, was it? I did 4 trips to Geneva in 3 days, all in the 319. But I do like Geneva. Yeah, we got the lake approach one side, and then the long terrain approach from the other side. But yeah, it's scenic. Often, actually, it's clouded out quite often, but fortunately, but yeah, this time of year is good. We're approaching 04 though. The missed approach is a little bit spicy for terrain on that runway. There's challenges. Standard arrival's fine. Missed approaches in Geneva can be icy events. Sharp turning required. Always feels like you're dangerously low when you're arriving into Geneva. Coming in over the ridge before the lake. Occult star. Yeah, if you approach it from the other direction, into Geneva, like you say, you do have a good drop off there. I have actually spent some time with my operator working out of Geneva. That's one area of the world I have been based to for a block, in shorter pilots for occasions, and I've done a few routes from there. I've done a bit of that. UK wise, I've been out of my usual base as well recently. Living out of suitcases. Yeah, we position and jump on a flight, and yeah, we get out there. As a passenger, usually, yep. Unless the flights are really busy, you might be chucked in the jump seat, but usually as a passenger, incognito mode. We'll look outside, shall we? Absolutely, Chris. We're sitting there with my FPS calculator. Feet per minute on touchdown. Oh, sorry, not FPS, feet per minute. And at the end, I just, I give tell the pilot he should check out the Airbus Cockpit Coach channel. A few tips. I will get recognised by first officers, obviously. Much the captains, because I don't fly with captains generally. But they don't venture out of the cockpit too much on short hauls. Usually at the end of the day they might. Sometimes I make myself known. See someone I know, jump in and say hello. Right, how are we doing? Let's have a look. Have we got a upward descent? 12:51 after Golf Tango Quebec. Okay, we've got 20 minutes or so. No, not really. Unless I get chatting, and some people are like, "Oh, why are you going to? Why are you going to Switzerland?" I would tell them, maybe a conversation, but. I mean, it's some cases. I'm actually in uniform because I've got to operate a flight the same day, but a giveaway, isn't it? Gets me a free coffee though. So we should. I think simply put it in. But so ILS was 14. Is the Bravo Lima Mike free golf transition? Oh, nav. Got BAMEV. Oh, Bravo Lima Mike. No, we're going to AVM. Insert. No fear, I'm a YouTuber, absolutely. Right, pin that one. I'll just get the nice long runway in Geneva. Well, not the longest one we got, but coming in 14. Yeah, elevation airport, so 1400 feet sea level. Looking for hot spots, so we do come off 14. Depends where we get parked up normally, but yeah, crossing 28 and is hotspot areas all the way along. That's the main area. For issues, we like to park up along here somewhere usually. We did have tower online, didn't we? So let's have a look if they're still on. Yeah, they're still on. Then let me pick up their ATIS quickly. Look. Make sure we're setting ourselves up for arrivals. Expect ILS runway 14. Excellent. Runway condition is damp. Transition level 70260, 6 knots. Variable between 200 and 300. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Altitude view tower luminous 6,000 feet. Temperature 28, dew point 19, 1018. Now, one zero one eight. Nice warm day in Zurich. Wind was 260 at 6. $10.29 in used in real life. Okay, that's just picked up the ATIS risk from the controller online. So we'll have to go with that, otherwise it'll be a little bit upset. We could have that argument, I guess, but we'll keep an eye on it. They might flick round, so are they landing 28? Okay. Is it just departing 28? Usually they use one for departure, one for arrival at Zurich. Right, page up, free go. You know, over Basel, 200 below. Hippo and we don't really want to go to Hermes, so after Gippol, I'll just transition for the ILS. Hey Ender, good afternoon to you. Welcome aboard. Now it is possible we might get a sneaky second stream in today, this evening. Could even do the return leg, I guess. But like yesterday, where I sort of said I would, I won't make promises, but there's a possibility. Mrs. Cockpit coach is going out, so have a quiet evening. Don't forget to check out the channel membership as well. Loyalty membership there. We'll have a couple more videos. I think I've got some more videos also on more memory items to push out at some point over the weekend. So look out for those. I am back in the real thing tomorrow morning, early start tomorrow morning. Where am I going? Let me log in, see what the day has in store for me. Just make sure we're a bit while. Sure, I got my constraints in though for ascent. Come alive. Equitime point? No, it's not got equitime point function either. I think the changes are very much, you know, in the refinement of routings and how that all works. Yes. Right, what was I doing? Looking at the old schedule tomorrow. What's the date today? 28th, right. Palma de Mallorca tomorrow. Not a bad one, as long as it's not underwater. It was the other day. Just looking at the sim brief performance. Apologies, I'm doing this on tablet, so you can't see it, but looking out because it's giving me. So this says the runway conditions dry versus VATSIM, which says damp, contradicting the worst case scenario. I'm going to refresh that. The departing 28s and landing 14 from VATSIM. So we're going config full. Auto brake low. Giving me a VAP of 137. Is significantly higher than the 130 I've got here. Our minimums in as well. $16.02. Config full. Keep an eye on that then. 137 is what somebody's recommending. Checking the weight, 60. The weight's a little bit higher actually, so let me amend that. What's 3.7. Change those calculations a little bit. Wouldn't make too much difference though, to be honest. 135, it's taken a couple off. The water brake's a little low with them going anyway. Actually, yes, yeah, as Ender says there, they are still linked. Note that at the start. But yeah, I was a bit surprised actually on that. They are, as you can see. Again, that'll be one nice thing. So hopefully we'll get a bit of a move now in terms of advancement on the FMS front. Secondary flight plan, unlinked FMS. Sorry. Yeah. A bit of movement on it, and you know, there should be a lot more to come. But routing wise, all going well. I haven't spent a great deal of time calibrating my rudder pedals or the side stick for this aircraft. It seems to work alright, what I've done. I calibrated the rudder for the Fenix based on worst case crosswind, so I did a number of crosswind limit landings and ensured I had good effectiveness in that situation to control the aircraft, and that gave me a really good setup on the rudder. So there's a tip, perhaps worst case scenario when calibrating, particularly the rudder. the map spike. Right, where are we? Surrounded by 777s. Lots of 777s coming out of Zurich. Power still online though, 1181. I suppose we'll chuck that in. That is Luxembourg beneath us. Luxembourg. Quite a downslope on the city end of the runway. Or an upslope, depending on which way you're coming from, I guess. So that's where we are in the world. Making good progress. About 50 miles to top of descent. You just landed in Albania, Chris. 1.27 G. Okay. No load 15 report for you then. That's rough, but hey. It depends on the circumstance. Crosswind, wet. In the real world, we're not trained to hit at a feet per minute rate. We hit, we just sort of talk about firm, positive touchdown is what you aim for. So, especially in crosswind or wet conditions, you want to get it down. Positioning is more important than touchdown rate. Who am I to argue with the computer? Well, it's fine, these aircraft can take a lot of punishment. That wouldn't be a trip to the chief pilot's office for that one. You'll get away with that one. Ever had the chief pilot's office trip? But to be honest, it's more of an email these days. And not for anything safety wise, but you'll get questioned about fuel usage and that kind of thing. You know, I've had to justify decisions, but once I've done that, I've never had okay, that was a really bad idea. It's just, alright, thanks very much. So there's a bit of that goes on, but it's all email traffic these days. Something more serious, yeah, people do get pulled in. Why did you park your plane in the grass? But it's this is the development's latest downloaded today. Lovely. Too far from top of descent. Let's get the constraints on and just do that. Yeah, Chris, these everything we do and touch is monitored. There's an operations team monitoring. They can, you know, engineering and monitoring. So say, let's say we're talking about hard landings. Let's say we did have a load 15 report, as we have, whacked the aircraft down. That will go straight to maintenance. Quite often, you know, engineers will be at the plane for that reason, or you've even spoken to anybody about it. They get that information. Certain things fly off in different ways. There's obviously certain parameters which trigger things in the background, but Airbus are also monitoring these aircraft as well, so at any point the Airbus team can also see what's happening with the engines of the aircraft. You know, at any particular point if we had an issue, technical problem, people are tapping into these aircraft. They're absolutely more data on these aircraft than we actually see here in the cockpit in terms of parameters, engines and things. And no anti-ice in the cruise. Well, you know, a saturated air temperature up here, minus 54, minus 40 would be my limit there in terms of, we're no visible moisture here, so visible moisture here in the cruise endo is the key thing up at this altitude. Usually very little visible moisture. It does happen, but the saturated air temperature is going to be too low for ice to stick to the aircraft essentially. Approaching top of descent, so it's just we want to be at least below, so we'll put 200 into the mini FCU, and we'll go Mach descent. Wing crew, top of descent. You always turn on the engine anti-ice. Well, you're going to be above 10,000. No, you don't want to do that. You want your engine anti-ice off unless it's required, because it will increase your fuel burn and decrease your performance from the engines. So if your true air temperature is below 10 degrees but above -40 and you're in visible moisture, whack your anti-ice on, engine anti-ice. If you have moisture that's starting to stick to the aircraft, or if you have a more advanced version of the aircraft where you get an anti-ice warning, you know, that's the point you start putting your wing anti-ice on, which is significantly more impacting on performance because you're taking a lot of air out of the engines to heat up the leading edges. Other than that, you want it off. Saturated air temperature and sat. Thrust idle. And on the ground as well, with considerations we do, you know, even on the ground. So if we had puddles on the ground, pretty standing water, and it was 9 degrees, we would still put the engine anti-ice on. There's a risk of moisture being coming into the engine. But wherever possible for performance and fuel saving, we want engine anti-ice off. One to certainly consider on the approach, so for go-around performance, ideally you want it off for landing. But it's not always possible, especially in a freezing fog. Speed. And on the ground only if it's raining below 10, you're in fog, dense fog below 10, or if you've got significant standing water on the taxiway, or you might have an aircraft in front of you which is going to whip up that moisture and throw it into your engines. Yes, I would have engine anti-ice on in those circumstances. Visible moisture is the key thing there. So are you in cloud of some form, or is there risk of moisture and spray from puddles, surface water entering the engines? We need to consider being ingested as well, obviously, from its own thrust. Generally, well, it depends what altitude you're cruising at, so we're coming down now. So right now we would be in an icing risk if we were in invisible moisture and we're at 26,000. Usually when you're in the 30s, 33,000 and above, you're out of, depends what the tropopause is, I guess, you're out of icing risk generally because the saturated air temperature is too low. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility, so one we need to cross-check. You do that high cirrus cloud sometimes you can sit in. Horrible stuff. Spoils your view. bumping along through it, but it all depends on what altitude you're cruising at, what the temperatures are at that particular altitude, where the tropopause is, you know, the effects temperature as well. So you know, it's not a hard and fast rule to end on anti-ice. As a general rule, most of the time in cruise you'd have it off. So we're on profile, seeing how the VNav is working as well. We're doing a reasonable job. See how we get to our constraints. Get a bit closer. Nine departures at Zurich currently. Seven of the 777s are going to Geneva. Oh dear. And that is a really short flight, isn't it? Oh, you're joking. Okay. Well, it wouldn't surprise me, to be honest, Chris. Speed out star. I'm going to keep it going down. 150 blue. Fast idle descent. The MSA here is 5,600 for this arrival. What effect would that have on the plane fuel block time in terms of having anti-ice on? It's reasonably significant. Going to be adding. It's got Basil on the nose there coming up. Significant on fuel, certainly. Your fuel's going to be a noticeable consumption. It all depends on how long you have it on for, I guess. But you're adding percentage. It's again, no one condition's the same. It depends on the temperatures. But yeah, you're taking a reasonable amount of air out of the engine. Performance down as much as 5%, I'd say. And no real temperature limits in cruise. It's the Airbus handles a very extreme range of temperature. On a short route, is an A320 quicker than that compared to a 777? No, I wouldn't say so. It's just cheaper to operate. I mean, generally, the was obviously a faster aircraft, so you'll probably get there faster, but twice as much cost. In terms of block time, I mean, what the FMS will do is, the MCDU will increase power to take into account. So you might end up with the same time with the speed up star. We'll keep it going down. Flight level 100. Fast idle descent 100 blue. 120 restraint. Magenta. Yeah, the FMS, the MCD is going to account and whack your thrust up a bit. Overhead Basel in the turn. Alps on the horizon. Basel right on the French-Swiss border. Speed. We're entering Switzerland. And it's Basel, Bravo Lima Mike, that marks the start of our under terminal arrival route. So we've got 120 or above. Coming up at Zulu Hotel 677. Ipol plus 7,000 checks, and then self-vector for the ILS on 4. Tower is still online. I might tune them in now just to get a bit of situational awareness. 1181 and a platform altitude of 4,000 for our ILS intercept. On conditions. Speed, altitude constraint. I'll go around. Initial climb clearance of 4,000 feet. I'm straight ahead. Give me 1.5 India Kilo Lima. And left max 210 knots. And bank 20 degrees onto 35 momentum intercept. The 231 radial for Zulu Uniform Echo inbound.
Can you say it again, please, for 666?
666, no problem. Information Echo is now current. Clear to Miami by the VBIT 4 Whiskey departure of runway 28. Initial climb 5 down.
Let's just double check the ATIS. We're showing 14. I'm looking at Delta, so that's not the most current. QNH 1018.
666, read back correct.
2 Tango Zulu, ready for taxi.
2 Tango Zulu, taxi to Hotel Bravo 2 via Delta, Hotel and Bravo.
Taxi to holding point on the
Wind variable at 3 knots. The wind's pegged down a bit. Speed up, star, seatbelts arm. Coming through landing in 10 minutes.
193, we are also ready for
We've got 7 to do in terms of profile. It's going down.
Novel 193, taxi holding point Zulu 1 off runway 28 via Zulu.
holding point Zulu 1 via runway 28 via Zulu, Novel 193.
I think you want to exit towards the end of the runway, especially there's no traffic behind us. Got a taxi up that way anyway.
Bearings 226, this is indeed not Bravo 2, but are you able to depart from intersection Kilo?
Sorry for the mistake here, we are able from
Right, so just coming up.
Bearings 226,
Last idle open descent heading, and it'll bring us into a left turn now. So factoring. Big freeze. Very big freeze. I'm on PC. Oh, survived. That's scary, wasn't it? I do have a scenery of some sort in a payware installed for Zurich from memory, so I imagine that may have been causing that. So, entering visible moisture, but we're plus 21 degrees, so not an issue. Expecting 28 on the ground.
Number 193, line by weight, runway 28.
Line on the weight, runway 28, number 193.
Thrust idle. Bringing the speed back. The speed brake out. I'll lose a bit of altitude as well. Go flaps 1 shortly to help with our. He checks flaps 1.
Direct 36, after foot for the moment, 1 income, 1-2, that's an 8, bye-bye.
Monitor Unicorn, 1-2, das ist 8, danke für den Service, tschüss.
Danke fürs Fliegen, ciao, ciao.
Autopilot 1 and 2. Free Joe. So on QNH 1018 set, seatbelts are on, minimums set 1602, auto brake low.
You know what, I just
Right, shit,
ready
complete.
for push and start.
LSZH, push and start approved.
Star, glide slope star. A bit high on the glide. And speed checks down actually. I'm going a bit hard and fast here.
November 193, went to 2070, regains 3 knots, runway 28, here, protective.
In which case we can drop the gear.
November 193.
Right slope lock.
$2,500.
And speed checks. Laps 2.
This 2 Tango Zulu ready for departure. 2 Tango Zulu, line by weight, runway 28. Line by weight, 28. This 2 Tango Zulu.
Oh hello, easy 57 Bravo X-ray on the ILS, runway 14.
Easy 57 Bravo X-ray 2, power, route C, wind 270, regains 3 knots, runway 14, clear to land.
To land 14, easy 57 Bravo X-ray. My cabin secure yet, but landing checklist, so we want 4,000 set for the missed approach, go around altitude.
1,000.
And we'll get recording on. ECAM landing. It is blue, I'm not sure what's going on with the cabin, but my control.
On Nitro, Unicom 122, decimal 8, Stanfield, ciao, Noble 1 LSZH.
Cat 1. Keep an eye on that VAP speed. We have 130 selected. Sim brief suggests 135.
500.
Okay, I need to push the call button.
666, any chance it could depart runway 16
A little bit more organised than that, they were, to be honest.
100 above.
666, affirmative.
200.
Just 2 coffee reclear.
Minimum.
Continue. 2 whites, 2
100.
reds, getting out.
50.
40.
30. 20. 10.
A little bit sensitive there on my...
6 recleared to Miami by the
Ooh, frames.
Out of runway 16.
So we bit 40 on departure runway 16. Thank you very much. 666.
Okay, reverse screen, spoilers, and decel. 70 knots. Manual braking. We'll roll it down.
Alpha 2 for down the rate via inner and alpha.
7s.
Switching Zulu wind 2 registrieren aus Parameter Eclipse Backup. Clipper deck auf Switching Zulu. Turkish 65 Yankee, line up on Madrid.
For the next bar.
All stations, Zurich Tower will be closing in about 15 minutes. EZ57X, Bravo X-ray, welcome to Zurich, taxi via Juliet, hold short runway 28.
Taxi via Juliet, hold short, runway 28, EZ57 Bravo X-ray. Okay, Juliet is... About that, well, it's been a while since I've had a frame issue. But, must be all these 777s, that's what I'm blaming, and obviously the payware scenery is quite a frame intensive one, I think this. Which one it is? It needs a model, it looks good. However, price you pay for that, isn't there? So Juliet, I think is to the right here.
Zurich Tower, choice 969, radio check.
969, Tower, Zurich, radio 55.
Triple, there it goes.
Zurich Tower, good day, choice 969, information echo, request Alpha clearance to Hamburg.
This is 969 now, information echo is correct, cleared to Hamburg, ready, take us 3 whiskey to watch out, out of runway 28.
Is this Juliet?
5 feet, score control.
Kilowatt entry relief for safety to runway 28.
Airbus A320, read back first, Sapphire.
Cleared to Hamburg, biggest whiskey out of runway 28, initial climb 5,000, walk 1,000, Swiss 969.
969 now, read back correct. Guitar 227, line up and wait, runway 28. Directory 65 Yankee, nothing for the moment, monitor, I come 122, decimal 8. Easy 57 Bravo X-ray, taxi to gate Bravo 39 via Juliet, Alpha, Echo, hold short, Foxtrot, correction, hold short, link 2, on Juliet, cross runway 28.
Taxi stand Bravo 39 via Juliet Alpha Echo, hold short, Lima 2, cross runway 28, easy 57 Bravo X-ray. Braves are on, let's go.
Otherwise 823, taxi to holding point Alpha 2 via Foxtrot, Inner and Alpha.
Right, nothing coming, Atari is holding for us. TCAS.
taxi to runway 28 via Foxtrot, India and Alpha.
It was 823, negative via Foxtrot, Inner and Alpha.
Right, so we're Alpha.
Otherwise, IC3, just say again, please.
It was 823 via Foxtrot, Inner and Alpha to hold the point Alpha 2.
Us to Juliet, we're on to Alpha. Bravo 39.
Otherwise, IC3, just checking, it's via Foxtrot, India and Alpha.
It was 823, negative via Foxtrot, Inner and Alpha, not India.
Otherwise, IC3, I'm not sure what's that inner. What is that taxiway?
It was 823, it's the inner taxiway which is parallel to Alpha.
Second line.
On my chart, it's India, so sorry, but I know the way. Thank you.
It was 823, in that case taxi by Foxtrot Alpha to holding point Alpha 2.
We're holding short at Lima 2. Where's Lima 2?
Guitar 227, wind 270 degrees, 3 knots, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 28, 10 it down to this. 666 Echo 19, we are ready for contact.
266, push and start approved, facing north.
Facing north, push and start approved, 66.
Way to this
Easy 57 Bravo X-ray, continue taxi by Echo, November to gate Bravo 39.
in taxi, Echo November, stand Bravo 39, easy 57 Bravo X-ray.
Guitar 227, offering for the full movement by Unicom,
November.
128, bye-bye.
Hotel Unicom, 128, your service has taken good day, bye-bye.
Bravo 39 is on the right. Well, we didn't get told off. That's always a bonus. Slow it down that much. Come on, click spot. I haven't done. There's a few things I haven't done actually. Well, you need your first officer, isn't it? Right. Sorted. Right. Here's a detailed scenery, this one. Frames are a bit intense. This we're doing, I guess it's, you know, it's doing all that, but it's doing VATSIM, it's doing the recording, there's a lot going on. I've got a funny feeling with this scenery. There's two things overlaid here. Look, you've got double lines, double signs, and that may in itself be causing problems scenery-wise. Literally there before I make a hole in my wing. We'll have a look at the replay. I'll keep things operating for a moment. Bring up the
Edelweiss, SU3, clear for takeoff, runway 28.
We'll disconnect from VATSIM. Right, let's have a look at the replay. Never good when the engines sort of spool weight back properly. We've got gear down, we've got flaps. What's going on? Isn't it? Flaps I'm setting. We get used to the sensitivity of the controller. That's the frames running there, yeah, arrival. Okay. Positioning was good. There's definitely some differences in terms of how that operates between the Fenix, my sensitivities, and the fly-by-wire there. Shuddering frames, but I got them on the centre line. Not bad. Is I guess. Right, let's we'll shut the engines down. My setup for the replay messing things up a bit. But no, I enjoyed that. It's good to oh, not that one. Jump back into the Jump back into the A320NX. It's a great plane, especially for the sounds, and you know the model, really good. I do enjoy this one. It's my firm favourite in terms of the Airbus in the sim. As a sort of a second place favourite, sorry, after the Fenix. But you know, it's coming. You know, this is getting there. I can see a lot of improvement coming to this aircraft over the next few months. So we need to keep an eye on it. But it works. It's safe. It does the job. No issues with that FMS or MCDU, as it should be called. Need to check the scenery out there. Look, you've got double signs up there. Look, there's something. Maybe that's what's impacting my frames. Maybe there's two things installed here, which, you know, a whack on the frames. Get that one out in the background. But yeah, I will hopefully. We might have time for the return leg later on, so do keep an eye out. Not sure whether it'll be this aircraft or back in the Fenix. It certainly won't be a 777. But that's not my area of expertise. But yeah, I enjoyed that. Thanks for joining me this afternoon, and maybe catch you later on. I appreciate your input, the chat, and don't forget to check out the channel memberships as well. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a good afternoon.